As much as grief does surface for me around not having children and not having a partner, but a lot of men my age are steeped in a toxic masculinity. I have long been past the age where I feel like it's my job to teach somebody or grow them up.
I was going to say, it's a generational thing. So it didn't matter how you met them, or is it just kind of the guys you're meeting?
That's obviously, it's a generalization, but because I have dated men my age, there is a difference. There is an openness that occurs with a younger man around whether it's gender fluidity or not even having an issue with I mean, something as basic as that there's times where I'll be, sitting across the table from somebody and just like, what did you just say?
Man, shout out to Tracee Ellis Ross. I'm not here to judge her. I'm just here to put the homies on game. We grew up with Tracee, right? Girlfriends, one of your mama's favorite shows. And I know you sat up there and watched with her. And I got the window open, so if you hear the birds chirping in the back, man, enjoy life, enjoy nature. That's what we here for, right? Tracee Ellis Ross stated in a recent interview with Michelle Obama that she is no longer doing dudes her age. The younger dudes are more sexually fluent, and they understand things like LBGT rights and transgender issues and all of the above. But to me, this simply sounds like it's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it. This has a hint of grooming to it, but who am I to judge? I let her be her. That's why we here. And that's what I hope all of y'all understand. This is not a judgment channel. This is a channel to simply gain understanding and move accordingly. You have no right to down Tracee Ellis Ross, all right? This is who we grew up on. She's still looking fabulous. She's still doing her thing. Now it's up to you if you want to choose to be with her and follow her orders and follow her lead. Because Lord knows you're not going to be able to lead that situation. Lord knows
as much as grief does surface for me around not having children and not having a partner, but a lot of men my age are steeped in a toxic masculinity. I have long been past the age where I feel like it's my job to teach somebody or grow them up.
I was going to say, so it's a generational thing, so it didn't matter how you met them, or is it just kind of the guys you're meeting?
That's obviously, it's a generalization, but because I have dated men my age, there is a difference. There is an openness that occurs with a younger man around whether it's gender fluidity or
you can make your
not
own
even having an issue with
I know something
as basic as that. There's times where I'll be, sitting across the table from somebody and just like, what did you just say?
She's in great shape. She has a bag. I'm going to go ahead and shack up and get everything I need out of her. But understand, you are putting yourself in a position that's going to be extremely hard for you to climb out of. And eventually, the disrespect is going to get to any real man. Now, understand what I'm saying. I'm not speaking on males. I'm not speaking on cucks. I'm speaking on any real men who feel like they can get into this situation and somehow finesse it. They think they can get into this situation and eventually you can turn Tracee into what you want her to be. Eventually you can grow and develop into the man that you potentially see yourself. Like I did used to say, it ain't happening, bro, because she's already set in her ways. And sadly, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. She's going to continue to be how she's going to be. Now, that's up for you to accept that, but you will never fully be able to reach your potential as a full man. And you will always get disrespected because, she wears the pants. And anytime you try to boss up, 9 times out of 10, she's not going to allow you to boss up because that's going to cause friction in the relationship. Who are you to think you can outgrow me?
As much as grief does surface for me around not having children and not having a partner, but a lot of men my age are steeped in a toxic masculinity. I have long been past the age where I feel like it's my job to teach somebody or grow them up.
I was going to say, it's a generational thing, so it didn't matter how you met them, or is it just kind of the guys you're meeting?
That's obviously, it's a generalization, but because I have dated men my age, there is a difference. There is an openness that occurs with a younger man around whether it's gender fluidity or not even having an issue with something as basic as that. There's times where I'll be, sitting across the table from somebody and just like, what did you just say?
All of those failed relationships. Tracee Ellis Ross refuses to look herself in the mirror, and that's okay. You just have to understand that. No need to fight it. No need to go against it. No need to get her to try to take accountability and accept all of her shortcomings, accept all of her downfalls. No, we're not here to do that. Let her be her. Tracee not changing for you. She's not changing for her friends. She's not changing for anybody that has an opinion that has to do with her changing up or switching up or becoming better. She is set in stone. And I need y'all to understand that, because a lot of y'all will sit there and really think that you're going to get her or that situation to go the way you want it to go. And it's just not going to happen. And this is not just solely targeted at Tracee Ellis Ross, but Tracee Ellis Ross is a proxy to other women her age going through the exact same things. There's other women. I deal with one currently. She's around 50. My mama would kill me if she knew I was dealing with a woman around her age. But it's getting to the point now to where it's like, man, you know what, bruh? You are around my mother's age, and this is kind of weird now. For one, is getting
as much
weird.
As grief does
for two,
surface for me around not having children and not having a partner. But a lot of men my age are steeped in a toxic masculinity. I have long been past the age where I feel like it's my job to teach somebody or grow them up.
I was going to say, so it's a generational thing. So it didn't matter how you met them, or is it just kind of the guys you're meeting?
That's obviously it's a generalization, but because I have dated men my age, there is a difference. There is an openness that occurs with a younger man around whether it's gender fluidity or not even having an issue with something as basic as that. There's times where I'll be, sitting across the table from somebody and just like, what did you just say?
Is a life dedicated to your schedule. Is a life dedicated to the things you want to do. And you just want me to kind of tag along, be there, and be that, that eye candy, be that young guy that shows up with you to the company parties, and you get to flex me off to all of your older friends. This is what it is. And she's been dealing with youngsters for a minute because she's a boss. No different than Tracee Ellis Ross. And I mean, literally, she's an assistant principal. She runs shit, right? She's clearing like 130, 140 a year, not to mention all of the money that she makes gambling. So she really feels like she could throw her weight around. I own my house. I own my car. You need to be on my program. They can't change. They have a very hard time adjusting. They come as is. So when you think you're going to get in there and actually change some shit up, you're sadly mistaken. A man, we got to clarify that. Not a male, not a cuck, not somebody who's willing to bow down and bend the knee, but a man is going to have a very hard time in that situation. It's only so much you can take. And like I said, eventually you get over the fact
much as grief does
that, hey, this is
surface
a
for
MILF.
me around not having children and not having a partner. But a lot of men my age are steeped in a toxic masculinity. I have long been past the age where I feel like it's my job to teach somebody or grow them up.
I was going to say, so it's a generational thing. So it didn't matter how you met them, or is it just kind of the guys you meet?
That's obviously it's a generalization, but because I have dated men my age, there is a difference. There is an openness that occurs with a younger man around whether it's gender fluidity or not even having an issue with him. But hey, basic as that. There's times where I'll be, sitting across the table from somebody and just like, what did you just say?
Controlling for them. It's just them being a boss bae and them running the situation. So it's funny. It's funny because, let that exact same situation be flipped. Oh, you're a perv. What is this 50-year-old guy doing with somebody in his 30s? What's this 50-year-old guy doing with somebody in their late 20s? That's disgusting. But if she does it all, it's fair game. It's cool. You don't need to be mad at that. Don't be mad at that. Just know how the game goes, know how the game works, know how you're going to be perceived if you do it, and don't care about it. Don't care about it because you're going to get judged regardless. You got to let her be her. We're not here to change women. We're here to understand, accept, and move accordingly. Let her be her, man. Tap in.